Hi friends and subscribers, this is Mehul Sheikh, and from past few videos I am working on developing a classified website using PHP Laravel 5.8 version. Okay, in my last video I completed the functionality of setting up different view files for each of these categories. Okay, so here whenever I click on each of these categories on the left, I'm loading their appropriate view here. Okay, so this is a car and bikes view, and when I click on mobiles and tablets, then it will display me mobiles and tablets views. Like that, I'm loading individual view for each and every category. Okay, so now in this video what I will do is I will create a form with which a user can publish the ad. Okay, so let me just show you that form. Okay, so this is my actual website which I have already done, and this is what I'm going to create in this video series. And so now whenever user wants to publish any ad, then the user will be clicking on this post ad link. Then the user will be represented with this page, and suppose the user wants to publish an ad on cars and bikes, then they will click on this link, and then it will display this kind of form where it will ask the user to select your subcategory on which you want to publish your post, publish your ad. Okay, and then the user or the owner needs to enter the name of the product and the year of purchase, and then expected selling price, and the name of the owner, mobile name, email, state, city, and they also need to upload few photos. Okay, maximum of 4, as you can see here. Okay, so now then finally they can publish that ad. Okay, so like this kind of form I'm going to create in this video. Okay, so for that first I need to go to my editor. Okay, here I need to make some changes in my function which I have created in the last video. I need to change it to categories, copy, and then I need to go to my web.php file, and then let's paste it. Okay, now let's refresh it once again. Okay, so now these links are working fine. Okay, so now for creating that form I need to go to my editor, and I need to open this cars bikes ads.blade.php, which is present inside this publish ads folder. Okay, and then I have to come here below this div. Okay, so here what I will do is I have already created that form. Since I already created that form, I am having that code. Okay, so if I type this entire code, then it will take too much of time. What I will do is I will just copy this and I will put it here. Okay, so now let me just explain this code one by one. Okay, yeah. Okay, from here we had started. Okay, so this is a div. Okay, and here inside this div I have created another div. Okay, and here I have created a form. Okay, to this I need to set an enc type as multipart / form data. Why I have set this multipart / form data? Because here with this form I'm posting or publishing text as well as images. Okay, so whenever we will be publishing different types of data which contains characters, numbers, and images, then we have to use this enc type equals to multipart / form data. Okay, and the method which I'm using to post is post method. Okay, and inside this I have set up a URL to which I want to send a post request. Okay, and then inside this I have used a CSR field. Okay, so now here how I need to design the form is row by row wise. Okay, so here you can see these two fields I have kept inside a single row. Okay, so these two will be placed inside a single row, and these two text boxes will be kept inside another row. Okay, so once I create this row, then I have to create one more row for storing or for keeping these two text inputs. Okay, and like this I will be creating total 5 rows. Okay, so inside each row I will be putting 2 elements, form elements. Okay, so for inside the first row I will create 2 sections, and each section will be having of size 6 columns. Okay, so that in each 6 column section I will keep one form element. Okay, so let me just show you that here. Okay, so here you can see this is the first row, and it has started and it has ended here. Inside this first row I have created 2 divisions of 6 columns each. Okay, and as you can see here, this is one section of 6 column and it gets ended here, and I have created one more 6 column section. Okay, so why I have created these two sections? Because in the first section I want to keep my subcategory text box or drop down, and inside the second 6 columns I want to display my product name. Okay, so like this I need to create one more row. Okay, so here you can see this is the select subcategory drop down. Okay, for that I have used a select, and here I have given a name as subcategory ID. Okay, so you need to give the name exactly the same whatever you have given in the table. Okay, so in the main, this is the advertisement. Okay, so because we are designing that form to publish the ads. Okay, so for that I have created a table with a name as advertisement, and in that table I have created these many fields, and as you can see here there is a field called subcategory ID. Okay, so now since this field belongs to subcategory ID, so the name for this field should be same with the field name whatever I have created inside this advertisement table. Subcategory ID, this subcategory ID field should be equal to this subcategory ID. Okay, so here I have created a select drop down, and in the next 6 columns I have created a text box, input text box, for allowing the users to enter the product name. Okay, and for this I have given a name as product name, because in the table as you can see here there is a field with a name exactly same as product name. Okay, now here first row gets completed. Okay, inside which I have created a subcategory IDs and then product name, and immediately after that I have created another row, and this row also has been divided into 2 sections. Each section will be having 6 columns, and in first 6 column I have created one more div with a column of 12. Okay, and you can see here inside this 12 column I have created year of purchase text box. Okay, which is this one, year of purchase, and in the next 6 column I have created expected selling price. Okay, and you can see here expected selling prices in the second 6 column. Okay, and in each 6 column I have taken 2 columns. Okay, 12 columns, sorry. Okay, and the name which I have given it a name as year of purchase and expected selling price, and these 2 names are exactly same with the field names whatever I have created here. See, year of purchase and exp sell price. Okay, that you need to keep in your mind. Okay, now this row also gets completed. Okay, so immediately after that row I have created another row which also contains 2 sections of 6 columns each. Okay, in first 6 column I have created again a 12 column section. Inside that I have created one more input text box with a name as name. Okay, and another 6 column, in that I have created another text box with a name as mobile, for allowing the users to enter their name of owner and the mobile number of the owner. Okay, or the seller. You can see here there are fields like name and email which exactly same with the name whatever I have given here. Okay, so now here this row also gets completed. Now immediately after that row I have created one more row, and this one is also divided into 6 columns, and each 6 column is further having 12 column section. Okay, and it has been started and ended here. Okay, and here I have created another text box of type email. Okay, because I want users to enter only email, that's why I have given a type as email, okay, and name I have given it as a email as well, okay. And then in the next 6 column I have created a drop down. In that I have given it a name as state, okay. So like this I have created the rest of the remaining rows, okay. This is the last row. In that I have created city text box, and then I have created a input type of file, because with this here, as you can see here, this is the last row, okay. So this is the text box of type text, and this is the text box of type file, okay. So whenever I click on this button, it allows me to select files from the system, okay. So now here you need to set some attributes. You need to give a name as photos, whatever name you have given it here in that table, see, photos, okay. But here you need to change it to arrays, because here we are publishing more than one file. That's why we need to store those names of all the files images inside the array. That's why I have taken it as an array. And you need to set an attribute multiple is equals to true, because we are publishing multiple files with this form, okay. So that's why you need to set these attributes, okay. And then you need to, at the end, you need to again use one row, and you need to create two buttons. One is submit and another one is type button, okay. So now with this we have, like this, we have to create this form, okay. So when you do this, okay, let me just save it, okay. Now let me just come here and refresh the page, okay. And now when I click on cars and bikes, then you will see a form gets created, okay. So now here when I click on this, it will not show anything, okay, because I have not loaded subcategories. The subcategories to display inside this drop down has to be loaded from the table subcategory, okay. And here states as well, states drop down is also empty, because we have to load this all the states from the table. And here inside this add zone, there is a table as subcategories, okay. And inside this subcategories table I have created all these categories, okay. And you need to give the main category ID for each and every subcategories, okay, which means this bikes and scooters comes under the main category ID 2, okay. Let me just show you that main category as well, okay. Just open that, okay. So this bikes and scooters, cars, commercial vehicles, spare parts, other vehicles, these 5 subcategories comes under main category ID. These 5 subcategories belongs to this main category, which with the ID 2, okay. So here you can see here main category ID cars and bikes is having the ID of 2, okay. And I have used this ID of 2 for these 5 subcategories. That means these 5 subcategories comes under main category 2, which is cars and bikes, okay. And there is another category, main category mobiles and tablets, which has the ID as 3, and you can see here for ID 3 I am having subcategories mobile phones, accessories, tablets, wearables, okay. So these 4 subcategories belongs to the main category mobiles and tablets. Like this I have electronics and appliances, real estates and services, and you can see here I have stored only till 3 main categories, okay. So here I have stored this, I have created the subcategories for only 3 main categories. And as you can see here, home appliances, refrigerators, washing machines, air coolers, air conditioners, all these subcategories belongs to this main category 4, okay. And here main category 4 is having the main category as electronics and appliances, okay. So you need to create this table, okay. So you just need to go to insert and then type the name of the subcategory and then give the appropriate ID for each and every subcategory, okay. Then automatically the information will get stored, okay, here, okay. So now we need to fetch this, we need to fetch these details, and we need to display these details here inside this drop down. Okay, and we have a states table as well. Okay, and inside the states table I have entered 10 states. Okay, so I'm going to load these 10 states to display here inside this state drop down. Okay, so now let me just do that. Okay, so for doing that we have to go to our controller. Okay, so and here I need to create a variable as sub categories equals to, I need to copy the same thing. Okay, paste here. Okay, and then select star. Okay, and then I have to join subcategories table. Okay, here I already selected a main categories table. With this main categories table I'm going to join the subcategories table. Okay, and comma, then subcategories dot main category ID equals to main categories dot ID. Okay, so now for getting the subcategories ID I need to join main categories. Okay, here you can see here what I'm doing is, so whenever I click on this cars and bikes, I'm loading only the subcategories of only that main category, which is cars and bikes. That means now the cars and bikes has been selected, so when I click on this drop down, only the subcategories related to that category are displaying. Okay, so when I click on this mobiles and tablets, only the subcategories of that mobiles and tablets category will be displayed here. Okay, like this. The same thing for electronics and appliances, as you can see. Okay, so now how I'm getting these things, only specific only the subcategories of that selected main category I'm getting. Okay, so for that, here as you can see in my subcategories table, I have used a main category ID as I already shown you. Okay, so this main category ID, I have used this main category ID for joining my main category table with the subcategory table. Okay, so here I have, okay, let me just open main category. Okay, so now with this query, whatever query I have written here, okay, it's not completed yet, but here I'm joining main category with the subcategory. With this join, what I'm doing is I'm joining the main category with the subcategory with the ID. Okay, here. Okay, so main category ID. Okay, so now with this join, I'm joining both of my main categories table and subcategories table, which allows me to fetch only the subcategories of selected category. Okay, where main category ID is equals to ID. Okay, whatever ID that whichever we are passing. Okay, and then main categories dot ID. Okay, and then at the end we will use the get. Okay, so now I have written a query which joins two tables to get the required data. Okay, so now we need to pass this subcategories also inside this Okay, let's copy and paste. Okay, so like this I need to get the details of states as well. Okay, states. Okay, and for let me just come here. Okay, so for connecting with the states and main category, we also have to use this. We need to call the states model and main category model as well. Okay, and copy. I need to use subcategory model as well. Okay, yes, this I need to use this subcategory model as well, because we are interacting with this subcategory table. So now I need to get the states. Okay, so for getting the states I need to use states all. Okay, and I need to also move this to array. Copy, paste. Okay, here I am passing categories, here I am passing subcategories, and here I am passing the states. Okay, so now I have moved each and every information, dynamic information, to my cars, bikes, ads view. Okay, so now I need to come here and I need to display this information in the form of a drop down. Okay, here inside this. Okay, I need to use an if condition. If, then else, and if. Okay, if dollar subcategories. Okay, whatever I have passed here, yes, this one, subcategories as subcategory. Okay, and then for each, then and for each. Okay, dollar. Okay, here it should come here. Okay, if count. Okay, it should be if count of subcategories. That means if we have some data present in the table greater than 0, then dollar subcategories, paste. Okay, as subcategory, then need to copy, paste it here. Okay, and then value will be subcategory. Okay, and then need to see the name. Okay, subcategory. Okay, let's come here, subcategory. Okay, and we need to copy the same thing here as well. Okay, so now let's save it, and now let's come to our project and refresh. Okay, and now when I click on it, you can see it's displaying, it's loading all the subcategories related to cars and bikes. Okay, so now we need to do the same thing for states as well. Okay, and now let me just come here, let's go to states. Okay, so what I will do, I will just copy the same piece of code and I will paste two states. Okay, here I just need to change the states. Copy. Okay, state. Okay, here it should be category ID. Okay, not subcategory. It should be, or what name, what field I have given. Okay, yeah, ID. Okay, So by doing that, we'll just delete it. Okay, just come here, refresh. Okay, now let's click on it and right click on it, right click and then click on inspect. Okay, then you can see it's displaying the ID of these subcategories. Okay, because I have set an ID for value. Okay, here. Okay, so now I will just copy this and come to displays and paste, change it to states, state. Okay, copy, state, copy and paste here. Okay, and let's open the state table. Okay, here. Okay, name, state name and ID. Okay, it should be state name and state of ID. Okay, so save it. Now let's refresh. Okay, so now it's loading the subcategories and here it's loading the states. Okay, so now we have successfully designed a form, okay, with which we can publish the ad. Okay, so now, and we have successfully loaded the subcategories and states as well. Okay, so now we have designed the form for cars and bikes, but we have to do the same thing for mobiles and tablets as well. As you can see here, there is nothing displaying. So what we will do is, I will just copy this entire thing. Okay, I will just copy this form. Okay, just copy and I will open mobiles and tablets view and then I will paste it here. Okay, save it, and now we need to come to our controller and we need to copy and paste it here, and we need to pass this extra piece of information inside the array. Okay, so that whenever we click on mobiles and tablets, okay, you can see the same kind of form is displaying in mobiles and tablets category as well. Okay, and along with the subcategories and states. Okay, and we need to do the same thing for electronics and appliances. Okay, now let me just come to this place and then I will just paste it here, and I will copy this subcategories and paste it here, save it, and now we need to go to electronic and appliances. Yes, okay, and here I need to copy the same thing which I had copied just few minutes back, and I need to come to electronic and appliances, and below this okay, I will paste it out, save it, and now let me just refresh, and when I click on electronic and appliances, the same form will get loaded for this category as well, and when I click, you will see only the subcategories of electronic and appliances are displaying and the states. Okay, and let me just click on mobiles and tablets, and when I click on this drop down, you can see the subcategories of mobiles and tablets are loaded, and when I click on cars and bikes, and here only the subcategories of cars and bikes are displaying. Okay, this is how I'm getting this kind of information, specific information, because inside this users controller I have joined both main categories and subcategories table, and based on the ID based on the main category ID, I'm fetching the specific data. Okay, so now this is everything about designing a form. Okay, I hope you understood whatever we did in this video. Okay, so now in this video we have completely designed this form for all the three major categories. Okay, and now we need to set some validation so that user or the seller should not submit the form without entering any information in any of this text box. Okay, so the form should be properly validated. Okay, so that whenever the advertiser tries to click on this button without entering any information in any of the text box, then an appropriate message should get displayed below each of these text box, exactly the way I have done here. Okay, so let me just refresh. Okay, so now since the form has been completely empty, and now when I click on this post your ad, you will see appropriate messages are displaying below the text boxes. Okay, so which tell me that I have not filled the details for that specific text box. Okay, so now in the next video we'll do this functionality of validating our form. Okay, so now so that null data should not be stored inside our table. Okay, so that we will discuss, that we will see in our next video. So that's all for this video, guys. I hope you like this video. I hope you got some useful and valuable information out of this video. If you like this video, click on like button, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And thanks for watching.